and it's so bad, you know, like you go into your room at 5 in the evening na mtu anakuangalia like you're an insect ama mtu ana insect.
Hi guys, welcome back to this week's video on our channel.
Anyways,
so this week we're gonna be talking about how it is like to live in the hostel, the school hostels. When you're in, so we live in the hostels. We've been living in the hostel since first year.
Mimi kwanza, like, you know, my older sister went to Moi, so to apply for hostels was a hassle. Apparently theirs is manual. So maybe nilisikia your end is whatever online. I was like, what? I'm going to a very progressive university where me watu wakulala kwetu. Anyways, so I was really happy to get a hostel. Nilikuwa na imagine accommodation in Nairobi.
Hata mimi ningeacha shule. Because we live in Ngong, it's so hectic to come from Ngong to town. As me, if I'm just going to do my own things in town, I have to. Lazima ujipange. I had just said I'm going to cry. If I don't get a hostel, I'm just going to cry to my parents and tell, you know what, I won't be able to discuss. We will be discussing at night. But any academic reason that will be happening in the hostel, which I will not be in, I'm just going to throw it in there and be like, you know, I'll be missing out. I'll fail.
For me, like, that option was really out because me natoka wapi? Bundus. Me natoka Bomet. And so, like, it was kind of obvious I was going to get it. And then for first years, we were applying, by the way. You know, the way they ask you for contact information. It's next of kin, who in your family lives around Nairobi, where do you stay? Alafu unaandika wapi? Ngong. Ama Kasarani.
Au Bati Hostel. Hata mimi siandikangi hivyo. My address is like Kisii. Like,
yeah. Like apparently they usually don't prioritize people who come from far and who don't have next of kin in Nairobi. So ukiandika eti me I come from Kiserian na my uncle lives in Westlands. Where unaishi Bati Hostel. So you know what to do.
So we just want to fill you in on, guys, on the advantages and disadvantages of living in the hostel. Of course, there are so many.
So that nyinyi mkikuja mko mmejipanga.
Okay, so we're going to start with the good things, obviously. So number 1, which is the most important one, it's so affordable, very, very affordable to live in the hostel. You probably pay
shockingly affordable.
You won't even believe it. It's probably like 5,000 to 7,000 per year. Not per month, not per semester, per year. Guys, per year. For my whole academic year, budget ya rent ya mzazi wangu ni 5,000.
So like you pay rent na unasahau kila kitu for 1 year. So like that's a really, really big advantage.
Yeah, and there are no bills. It's just that one rent. Na ni hivyo unakuja tu unaishi na unapewa mattress, unapewa there's a closet. Like just come with your clothes and yourself and your 5,000. And
then like another really big advantage is, like, you know, the university apparently inawekanga people from doing the same course in the same year on the same floor, like you're put in cohorts like that. So even in first year when I went, I was so surprised everybody on my floor was in my class except for a few people. Like Mokera lived opposite, some of our classmates. I lived with one of my classmates opposite.
And how was it?
Amazing. Anyway, so Mokera, you're throwing me off. So like you can, so because you live with your classmates, you can form very effective study groups. For example, we have a group called
MBCH Babes.
Yeah,
that's our discussion group.
With Samantha and Lisbeth were our classmates, and we live together at the hostel. So we meet regularly. We can meet on weekends. We can decide, okay, so you're reading the whole day, and then we meet at 10 p.m. and then we discuss up to like 12-1. You go sleep, and it's not a hassle. Alternatively, you can wake up in the morning and meet and discuss. It's really very easy academic wise. Wacha kujirusha. And then again, the hospital is just right across the road. So if you need to clerk patients, if you need to see patients, you just cross the road.
So sometimes when we're during our rotations, the consultant will be like, I need people to clerk, so the guys who live in the hostel come over the weekend and clerk patients. So nobody lives in the hostel. Like, who lives there?
No one.
Just because I live here, that mean that you should give me extra work. No. Mister. Another advantage is that it's very convenient to live in the hostel. I can literally see school, like, hivi venye naangalia naona shule.
So like just 1 minute. me namkanga, by the way, it's not a lie. I wake up at 7:30 and I'm in class by 8.
Wake up at 7:30, you shower, have breakfast, you're in class by 8. That's it. You don't have to start thinking about traffic, fares, what. You can live on just a meal budget. Like where budget yako to it's food and your, because you just walk to class and back. Unless sasa umeenda shughuli zako zingine. Yeah, that's it. And then another really big advantage is you learn from people so much. Like coming to the hostel, you see people doing things. So you, from your first roommate in first year, you find the things they do, the way they cook, the makeup, the like so many things. You get to go out, you see people throwing parties. You just, it's like it gives you the full college experience. So at least ukisikia stories za watu campus, you can relate, you know. It's not like the same when you're just living in, when you just come to study in school and then you go back home. I feel like maybe there's a disconnect, but I don't speak for people. So like advantage ya kuishi shule is like you, and then you meet first years, second years, third years, fourth years. So kama wewe ni demo unataka senior boys, you don't want to date classmates, you know where to find them. Yeah, basically you live with people and you learn so much from people. Apart from just learning, you can form very meaningful relationships with people. Like some of our best friends are not, you know, people we met, people who are your roommates once, people you met like, in the hostel. Like even me, for example, I've met really nice roommates, and some of them we've remained friends to date. Like they're not even in my class, some of them are not in my year, but then like we talk, and when you see them, you're really happy. It's like you make another family sort of. So it's really nice. Yeah. Also, there are no bills in the hostel, guys. As I told you, just you, your clothes, your food budget money, and you're set to live. Sometimes I usually go to visit my friends. Na nasikia electricity, and I'm just like, uko kwa hostel pool, boil water. You can boil how many jugs? You can have a fridge. Like what? You just, it's like unasahau mambo za bills. Yeah, you don't adult. You don't have. Okay, they to say to the advantage of living in the hostel, you don't have to be an adult. Yeah, I remember even when there was a time we didn't get hostels and guys were like, hey, you guys are babied too much, you know, if you were to live my life, you would not survive. And that's true. I cannot survive in your life because I cannot afford it. It's so cheap to live in the hostel. Like you don't have to think about anything literally. No, unaweza kuwa na 50 bob and you're fine. You just walk to class, you go to the mess, you buy food for 20 bob. The supper, you buy food for 20 bob. Yeah, you've sailed. That's it. But now disadvantages, they are also like a melee. First of all, the one which has related to our lives most recently in a very strong way is that the hostel controls your life. Wow. So guys, see, we finished exams and we thought, now we're free, we're gonna shoot so many videos, like we're gonna have so much time and things to do. And there were things like we wanted to maybe do internship with older doctors, like try and do something in Kenyatta, make our videos, have meetings with people like we want to partner with. And for that to happen, you need to be in Nairobi, both of us. So I live in Bomet, Mokera lives in Ngong. And so we were like, okay, we thought it was very simple, by the way. We are just going to make a couple of phone calls, and we are going to have a place to stay temporarily for the holiday. Yeah, because we know so many people who live around, they live out of school and they're not gonna be in their places over the holiday. So you know what, we can maybe stay there for a while. Hey, like we literally called probably more than 10 people for her and 10 people for me, and we were like, oh hi, how are you doing? So when I, like, where are you going for the holidays? So can we stay over at your place for the holiday? No, like it was just almost brick wall. Like you feel like you're almost getting there and then brick wall. Paka by the time tulifika sijui person number what, tuka give up, mimi nikarudi Bomet. So like it was really difficult, but eventually we figured out a way around it. So the hostel really controls your life. Yeah, once school is closed, you can't do anything. Then sometimes, you know, there are strikes randomly. They just slap you with a notice. All people are required to vacate the halls of residence by 9. So here it's 7, and you're just like, it's 8, what? And you are sleeping. What? So then you have to wake up, start packing, and leave in like 5 minutes. There was a time even they'd give us a notice to leave by 5 p.m. at night. Yeah, I remember. And it was like 5 p.m. in the evening. We've just come from class and you're supposed to vacate the hostel. So I was like, what? Where are you going? And if you don't know people in Nairobi, you're in trouble. Yeah. Another disadvantage is sometimes getting a hostel is not given. Sometimes you can miss, and sometimes you usually miss. So, and then when you do,
because your mind is so like focused on the hostel.
So entitled.
Unaweza kosa kukuja shule. For example, at the beginning of the year we didn't have hostels. Alafu we became like we were pirating in someone's room. That means we were living illegally in a school, in a room, me and Mukeira, and then we were caught. We got into trouble with the custodians, and some custodians can be mean.
Mimi nakumbuka hiyo custodian alikuwa anasema don't worry, I'm not being unfair to you guys. I have children your age. Act like you have children our age. What do you mean? Like, you're telling us that for
really
fun?
Unreasonably mean. And like we missed a lot of classes. You were unsettled for almost 1 month at the beginning of the year. So like advantage, like at that moment I really admire people who live outside school, because then you don't have to deal with that shit. Nobody tells you whether you get accommodation or not. Like you just get your own place and it's permanent.
And you just leave. You just pay.
And then a disadvantage of living in the hostel again is having to move every year, because like when you finish an academic year you need to move out. So like when you're coming back you need to move in again with all your stuff. So it's really hectic sometimes, moving in, moving out, moving in, moving out.
Yeah. That's when you usually start to see like maybe these guys are enjoying it easier, because you don't have to move out. If I live out of Nairobi, all my Nairobi activities are done until I come back to school the next year.
Yeah, which is difficult, especially if you're trying to do something outside school.
Another disadvantage is it's difficult to keep a shared space clean. So the hygiene and sanitation standards in the hostel are really low. Really low. Sometimes you find there's no water in the bathroom. Sometimes you find someone has come and just used the bathroom and just done their own thing. So it's very difficult.
Another disadvantage, roommates. An advantage was you get good roommates, but when you get the bad ones, my friend,
you're stuck with them for the whole year.
And it's so bad, like you go into your room at 5 in the evening na mtu anakuangalia like you're an insect, ama mtu ana insect. Like I've had experiences also with bad roommates. Kwanza mine used to wake up in the morning like at 4 or 5, and then like it's a shared space, but then there's a bed on this side and then there's a bed on the other side, and every side has its own light. So then she wakes up and she sits at my table over my head and washes the lights, and then her chair is just scraping the floor, and then when you're sleeping you feel like screaming. So then I told her, please be staying on the other side, because like that's your light and you won't be disrupting my sleep so much. Melala 7, she wants to wake up at 3. I slept at midnight, and like she refuses, like she wants to sit on my table. So there was a time I was like, no, I can't take this. So like she washed my lights and I just stretched my hand off. And then you have to deal with the aftermath, because unaishi na mtu sasa anakuchukia, and then like you have to, your personal effects are there, hujui anaweza kufanyia nini. Like it's really bad sometimes.
I think I've had luck with roommates, but I've had like 2 bad roommates. The first bad roommate I had was just like a braggart. Alikuwa anakuja anatubragia and this one thing, just like,
oh, me I was selected for this, oh, me I won this, oh, me I'm doing this, oh. What? Na sasa unaringa ni kama sasa inaanza kuringia Mukeira, oh, me I was able to get into my dream high school.
You mean?
Oh, I got into med school. Oh, in my class I passed last year. Like what the fuck? Everyone passed.
All of us are here. You need to relax. As in, mimi nilikuwa tunakaa chini naangalia udem like, are you serious? Are you really being serious with what you are doing, guy? Then the other hata sijui niseme tulikuwa roommates ama hatukuwa roommates, but her until today she just believes mimi nilibanga simu yake. You remember that story?
Yeah. Wow. The way sometimes there was a time Mukeira didn't have, like, your phone was stolen, so I gave her a small phone that had been given by my sister. Hizo simu za kushikilia. And then she happened to have another one also and had current phone. So there were 3 phones. Imagine she came in, searched Mukeira's things.
No, the story began like this. She just cleared. We were living with her in the previous room. So when we got into session, we got room. So she cleared out of her room. So she came to chill in my room at around lunchtime. She's like, I don't have a place to stay, clear out my room. Can I stay here for like an hour? She wanted to sleep. So I was like, okay. So si akalala kwa room yangu. Me, I wanted to leave. So I told her, I've left. So when she left, my other roommate came in. Watch her, she wakes up. I think she went to the mess to eat and then she came back. When she came back, she was like, hey, you guys have stolen my phone. I was like, what? Ushaishangaa mtu anakuambia mwambie simu yake. Sasa hiyo sijui hata ni simu gani. Nifanyie nini simu yako? Nifanyie nini? As in, I was so shocked. Then she was like, I want to search your thing. So when she searches, she finds, I've lost so many phones, and when I lose a phone, I usually get a friend to give me like, like those
small phones.
So she finds those tiny phones. She's like, oh, and why do you have these phones? I'm like,
you're stealing them. Can you imagine? I was telling Mokera, by the way, you stomach her too much, because Mokera bado na mongelesha. Like, how can someone be calling you a thief and you're still talking to them? Mimi, get out.
Just
get out. Me, I was so shocked, by the way, the audacity. To your face.
Even me, I was just like, really? Me, I steal your phone? And I said, what phone was it even? It was like, was it a Techno? Ama ilikuanga nini?
Wow. Anyways, enough with bad roommates. So another big disadvantage is food-wise. You suffer so much when you live in the hostel. Like, first year and second year were nice, by the way. We used to cook. And then third year, the administration changed to Kambiwa. Cooking is illegal in this. If you're caught cooking, you're expelled from...
And he's gone.
You are expelled from the halls of residence. So tukaanza kusachiwa random searches, mara you can't have this, you can't have that, you can't have this. And food from the mess is not really nice quality, and then you can't always afford to eat from cafeterias where lunch is just $2.50.
Because the cafeterias here, I think their target market is doctors. Please, we're not doctors yet. We're just students. Like their rice and beans is like 200. Why?
And then you don't always have 200 for lunch, 200 for supper, 100 for breakfast, 500 a day for food. Ni rice na beans, yet you're eating like what? So in a boss, Anna. But anyways, administrations change, and right now there's been a change in your end. We don't know how it will go. We hope it will be for the better.
Yeah. Apart from that, living in the hostel, your business is in everyone's face. Like, there's nothing you can hide.
Ooh.
The people are usually like, Miss Shule, cause like I won't have no privacy. Yeah, there's no privacy. True. If you see me with a guy, like you've seen me, you like tell someone. If I see you, I've seen you.
Hata mimi by the way, naonanga tu mtu anaenda kwa Mkira. Did you know so and so a thing?
You just need to see them like 2 or 3 times, and then
you make your own conclusions. Sometimes, like, you see people, like, if you stand, like, for example, my former room, when you stand on your window, you see everything going on outside. So sometimes I used to tell my roommate, hey, Ebu, come and look. Angalia hapo chini. It's so and so. Like, and I'm sure even me when I'm doing my things, there's someone who's looking at me. Yeah. So like, your business is all over the place, but who cares?
That's usually a disadvantage, because I literally know nothing about some people who live out of school, because unajua sikoni weekend. I only see you in class. There's nothing to know about me in class. The real things are on Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah. Alafu sometimes, like, you dress up, maybe you're going somewhere, you're attending an occasion. Watu wanashinda wanakuangalia funny.
You're going out with your short dresses.
Some tell you like, unaenda wapi? Unaendanga out. Macho yako inakaa aje? Kumbe wewe unafanyanga hivyo. Like, it's just sometimes very annoying questions.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, in my opinion, the advantages outweigh the disadvantages. So
any day, any time, with my 5,000,
tunabaki hapa.
Ready. In fact, next year when you come for 5th year, we're not gonna be sharing rooms, so we're not gonna have roommates. I feel like me nitakuwa lonely kidogo. But
you can pimp your room. You have your private space. You can do your own stuff, and it's really still cheap. So
yeah. So,
but you have to wait for good things.
Anyway, that was it, guys, for this video. Gosh, who taught me English?
Polling station. Polling station.
Group of schools.
Lies.
Yeah, I read this earrings. Am I right?
You go outside.